morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We are on our way up to the lovely capital city. We are going to try out some new food. Got a little bit of a hankering for something new, and we are. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you understand. We are in the business of living life. We are in the business of doing everything to the fullest and enjoying everything life has to offer. So that's what we're doing today. I'm taking two rest days from today's Saturday. I worked out Friday. I'm not working out today, Saturday, or tomorrow, Sunday. Monday, when I go to work, once I get done, if nothing on my body is sore, if I am 100% recovered from everything, then I will be going to work out again. But, I mean, I've been in this weird cycle, not weird, I've been in this cycle of my traps being sore and certain little things in my body being sore that I'm not used to, tendon pain. I'm one to tend to overdo it in the gym a little bit. I like to go hard, I like to work out a lot, and sometimes my body doesn't want to keep up with that specifically. Also, my diet hasn't been exactly perfect, so I haven't been getting all the protein I need and rebuilding the muscles the way I should be. I know, shame on me. So I'm listening to myself, and I'm listening to what my body's telling me, and it's telling me that I need to take a real minute to heal over the next couple days, so that I don't completely burn myself out and get to this point where I have an injury or something like that, because that would not be conducive to the growth we're looking for. So I know you've heard me say this a lot over the last few videos about my random rest days and deciding to rest, and then all right, we're back at it today, and then rest, and we're back at it today. And yeah, I can't keep doing that. It's not healthy for me. So I need to take a real specific, I need to make a real decision to decide to rest for the next 2 days in order to really make sure that I'm back to healthy and I can keep working out the way I like to. So on that note, we are going to do a little bit of living today. A little bit of, I told myself this morning that I was going to kick my own ass if I sat in that house all fucking day. I woke up, got ready to go, and said to myself, kind of, if you sit around this house all day, it's going to suck. I'm going to have to kick my own ass if I don't go do something. So we're going to do something. Getting out of the house, trying a new restaurant never seen before. Hopefully, run into some new people, do some new things, do something new. It's a new day. The weather's finally lightening up, so I can wear the almighty fit out and not worry about being fucking cold. Still got a hoodie just in case, but I'm expecting to not freeze my ass off today, finally. So, enough about that. I wanted to talk about a little something. I tried making a video on this a couple days ago, and I couldn't really get the words out right. I wanted to talk about letting go of control, letting go of this need to control every situation, this need to be in control of everything around you. Something in my childhood turned me into kind of a control freak, to be completely honest. Something when I was young, something that got ingrained in me really stuck with the whole control freak thing. So now I'm really learning how to be a person who just goes with the flow and just allows things to happen without trying to control everything. And it's really made for a more enjoyable existence. I mean, I've enjoyed my life more since I've slowed down and released control of everything around me. The people around me, everything around me. I've just stopped trying to do everything for everybody and fix everything for everybody, and taking other people's problems and thinking about them myself and trying to figure out what I can do. Fuck that. I don't need to do anything. I just just need to do me, and everyone else just needs to do them. My family in particular, but I think a lot of people's families can get so wrapped up in this idea of constantly helping each other. Not that that's a bad thing, but everybody's too worried about what everyone else has going on, and everybody isn't just putting their focus on what they have going on, dealing with their shit for themselves and letting everyone else do the same. I think it's healthier, it's better that way. So, little side note, but that kind of ties into letting go of control, letting go of this need to try to fix everything and try to control everything and try to make everything perfect when everything's perfect already, man. Life is already as perfect as it gets. You know what I mean? You're right where you need to be. Everything's working out perfectly for where you are. And you may want to argue with me, and that's fine. Someday you'll realize I was right. You know what I mean? You can argue that fact when anybody says it to you, that you're right where you need to be. Everything's happening perfectly. And you think to yourself all the bad things that have happened, and you think, no way. I think you're wrong. I think truly, we all got to come to realize that everything's perfect. Everything's fine. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to be on top of everything. You can just let life be what it is, and just enjoy it for what it is. It's not going to change just by worrying about it. There's a line in a song, I'm not sure if it's from something else, but it says the thing about worrying is that you create problems that you never would have had before. When you are in your mind worrying about stuff that isn't happening actually, you're just worrying about a possible future event, you're worrying about how this is going to work, how this is going to go down. You're creating things in your mind that don't even exist. You're creating these situations in your mind of things that could go wrong and things that could happen that don't exist and won't exist. There's a time in life for caution, right? And that's, the real big things, the things that damn well. You don't get into a van from a guy offering you candy, things like that. That's not just your ticket to go enjoy life is to hop in that guy's van, right? You know better. You know that that's not what you're supposed to do. But there is a lot of situations where, sitting there worrying about everything that could go wrong with something, trying to nitpick every bad option, you're just hurting your own self. You're hurting your own mind, and you're keeping yourself from doing things that would really be enjoyable to you. I'm trying to learn myself. I catch myself doing this a lot, where I think to myself, oh, well, I want to go somewhere. I want to go try this restaurant. But parking really sucks in that town, and I don't even know if I could find parking. And, well, yeah, but do I even want to walk over to that? Is it even going to be good? Am I even going to like what's on the menu? All those things are things that don't exist. Not right now. They don't exist yet. None of those things have happened to me, but I've already felt the feelings as if they did. What am I doing to myself? What are you doing to yourself? Think about that with that kind of stuff. What are you doing to yourself that isn't even really happening? You're making shit up, and you're hurting yourself with fake things. I haven't struggled to find parking today. I did not go to a restaurant and not like the menu today. I did not have to struggle walking through the city today. But in my head, I've decided that all those things are going to be problems. It doesn't truly make sense. Sorry, we had to cut the video. I realized I was connected to the car's audio, and I checked real quick, and it seems like the audio is coming through fine. It obviously didn't connect to any microphone or anything, but that was a scary one, because I talked for a while there. So, kind of what I was saying. Quit creating things that aren't real in your head and trying to decide why you shouldn't go do what you want to do. Follow the desire, not the logic, right? Be delusional, and like I said, there's limitations to this stuff. There's a point where you know better, right? I'm not talking about certain situations, but in this situation, you just go into a fucking restaurant, you're going to try something new, you're going to a new bar, going to a new place. Maybe not a bar. Bars can be more volatile. You don't know what'll happen in a bar, right? But quit making up all these scenarios of how it could go wrong before you even try. You're keeping yourself from things that are probably meant for you. You know, those desires don't come from nowhere. I believe when we have a random urge, a random desire for something, it's not just bullshit. I believe it means something, and I believe it's leading us to something. It's showing us something. You know, we gotta follow those desires, but not follow the logic. I mean, to a point, yeah, you gotta be a little bit logical. But, you know, if kind of technically on paper, all the parts are in place, you've got the money to afford to go do the thing you're talking about doing, you've got a way there, you've got the vehicle, you've got, you know, if you've technically got the things that you need, but you're worried about some little minuscule thing about it, and you're thinking that's going to keep you from going, you're holding yourself back. You know, you're holding yourself back. I mean, there's nothing more I can say about that. You get what I mean. So, forget about all that shit. Follow the desire. Follow that feeling when you desire to do something, when you desire to try something new, to go somewhere. Just do it. Do it and let all the parts fall into place. You know, the universe will help you. And you can decide to agree with me on that or not. But I'm going to say I believe the universe is here to help you. When you want to do something, when you're chasing after something, with all your heart, with all your desire, if you're really pushing towards something you want, it'll come to you. It'll set itself up for you, and it'll be made for you, if it's made for you. You know, you will... Now, if you go try to do said thing, there's things in your way, there's things blocking you, you know, that road is closed, and then you go try the other road, and the other road's closed too, and it like seems like something's just trying to keep you from it. Then maybe you're not supposed to go do that thing. You know, maybe that's your sign that thing's not meant for you. But, you know, don't make that decision until you've tried. Don't make that decision until you're already actively in effort trying for the thing. Then if it doesn't want to work for you, it doesn't want to work for you. If at every single turn something doesn't want to work out, take that as some sort of sign for yourself. But in reality, you know, if you're in relentless pursuit of something that you care about, something that matters, it's going to make way for you. The universe is going to make a path for you to follow down, and all you got to do is follow it. All you got to do is go. Take the steps, you know. And this might sound a little deep for driving to a restaurant and hoping I find good parking, right? But I mean, this is... there's a term... Hold on, it's in my little book. Where is it? Order by association. Order by association is a term that I don't know exactly what it means. Hear me out. But the way I understand it is the concept of if something doesn't make sense to you, connecting it to something that does makes it make sense for you. So if this whole idea of just chase what you want and forget about the obstacles, you know, I could say all that in a open sense without really giving you any specifics or something to connect it to, and you may not get it. You may, you know, leave this video thinking, well, yeah, that's cool, he can say all these buzzwords and say all this stuff, but it doesn't mean anything to me and it doesn't get me anywhere. That's why I connect these things to something real. I connect what I'm talking about to my life. I connect what I'm talking about to something small and something relatable that I believe you may be dealing with as well, so that you can take that and learn from it. You know, order by association. It's something that teachers in school do a lot. You know, it's kind of the process of how they go through units in math class. You know, first you learn how to add, and then, you know, when you learn how to subtract, they connect it to you. They're like, all right, so do you remember how you added? Now let's do the opposite, right? Each thing kind of led into the next thing, and you learned the next thing because of it. It's kind of how, you know, teaching works. So, you know, in way of making your mind associate the two things together, then you begin to understand both things when you only understood one before. So you understand what it feels like to go to a restaurant and not be able to find parking, and the menu's bad, you can't find anything you want to eat, or the food just wasn't good, it was a bad time, things like that. You've felt that before, you've seen that, you've done that. So now when I say these things to you, you can kind of connect it to something meaningful that you've seen, that you know of, and now you can start to really feel like you understand what I mean by the bigger picture of it, and the message I'm really trying to display to you. This isn't about going to a restaurant. Not at all. A little bit, but in reality, this is about your life, dude. This is about chasing things that matter to you. This is about, going after the shit that matters to you, and not worrying about all the obstacles, and not worrying about all the shit, and letting go of control, of needing to control exactly how it's going to work. You want something, start running towards it, and don't check if there's a path made for you. If there's a little patch of woods in front of you and what you want is on the other side, are you going to stand there forever and just kind of look into the woods and kind of peer around and be like, oh God, did somebody make a path yet though? Is there a path already made that I should follow? No. No, there isn't, because it's your own patch of woods and it's your own desire. There's no path made for you. You got to make it yourself. So let go of this need to control the outcome. This need to have the path lead to a specific spot that you know where it's going to lead to. If that's the control part of it. When you're looking for that path to follow, you're looking for control of the outcome. You're looking to control where that path will end and when you will reach the final goal. You don't get to control that. You get to make your own path. And if that path zigzags all through those woods, goes back a couple times, goes forward, goes back, goes this way, that way, crosses around, does big circles, that's not for you to control, man. That's life. That's what you're enjoying. That's what you're pushing towards, is those moments where you take steps back and you run in circles and you fuck around going left, right, and you don't know where you're going. That's life. That's the living of it. It's the joy of the pursuit of what you want. Because when you get what you want immediately, you're not going to want it no more. I talked about this before, and I just saw somebody on TikTok a couple days ago say the same thing. And it's the idea of, when you play a video game and you finally unlock everything you want to unlock, how long do you keep playing it? Hogwarts Legacy, alright? I finished that game. Done. I haven't touched it since. I unlocked all the cool shit. I've got what is that big fucking dragon thing you ride? I got all the shit. But I don't want to do anything in it now because I finished it. I completed it. The part that was enjoyable was going through the story, doing the missions, doing the stuff, learning the lore, the storyline. Life is that way, I believe. And you gotta chase the journey, not the destination. Let go of control of the outcome. Let go of knowing where that path is going to end, and just know now where that path is going to start. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to control, because that is what you can control. You can control where you start making your path. And you can kind of control where you head that path as you go along it, but not in the way you might think. And you can't think as far ahead to control the outcome of the path. So I'm going to let y'all simmer with that. Slow that down and let that simmer for y'all. I'm going to have a pretty decent time trying to find this restaurant. So I'm going to deal with that now. This isn't no Dave Portnoy review, but I will show you guys a picture of the food I get and a menu, and I'll kind of give you guys a little show of what I was experiencing. But we're not a food review channel. Not yet. Maybe we will be. Who knows? Who knows? I don't get to choose the outcome of my path. I just get to start stepping down it. there, and then maybe I'll hit a post restaurant car talk, and we'll finish this up a little bit. But see you guys in a little bit. I parked in this parking garage here. As soon as I got up these stairs and I walked out, as soon as I exit, there is the place we were going. Literally across a tiny street. That was where we were going. The universe works in funny ways, but it just made me laugh because I was just talking about this concept of wondering if you'll be able to find parking, if it'll be too far of a walk, if you won't like it. Well, we parked right in here, opened the door, walked right out across to it, and the food was amazing. That shit was awesome. Just got done there, and I just got done at the Youngblood Brewing Co. My words there and burping a little bit, but we just finished up there, stopped back at the car, and then I went over to Youngblood Brewing Co. and tried me a beer. That was pretty good. I'm not really a craft beer guy, you know, not all for the IPAs, but that ended up being a pretty cool place to go. Yeah, I just thought it was awesome. I wanted to show you guys how close it was outside. I was gonna go out that way out of the parking garage, and instead I went that way, and I just walked up those stairs and right out the door, and immediately the first thing I saw was Lucille's. So shout out to Lucille's. If you're around Madison or you're in Madison, give it a try. The pizza was fucking amazing. I took a couple videos of it. Also, their cocktails. They make some pretty crafty cocktails in there. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's awesome. It's a good place to go. You know, all the wait staff was awesome. Everybody seemed like good people. You know, they were all very friendly. Great service. Pizza showed up pretty quick. You know, I ordered a whole pizza. I expected a good wait, but it showed up pretty quick. Here we got some leftovers. Dude, it smells fucking amazing. Look at these fucking, oh my god, don't fall out of there. I ordered a whole pizza. I figured I'd take some home. We're gonna go back out. We're gonna have a little more time on the town, on the State Street. I'm gonna run by a vintage clothing store that I found here on State Street. We're gonna run through there, take a little see what we can find. Kind of in the market for a cool jacket, although it's warming up quick, and I'm assuming jacket season might be over pretty soon, so maybe we'll look for more t-shirts, something a little more weather appropriate. But besides all that, I'm gonna get going. I gotta pee real bad, so I'm gonna go find somewhere to drop a piss at, and we're gonna keep it moving. So you guys, I hope you enjoy the video. I don't know if I'm gonna film any more clips today, so if this is the end of the video, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support from everybody, and I hope this taught you something, and I hope this showed you something cool, and I hope you go try Lucille's and Youngblood Brewing Co. They're right next to each other. Go to one, you can leave and go right to the other. It's just down the way. So I hope everybody enjoys that. I hope everybody has a good time. Respect yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, and most importantly, all right, y'all, we just got finished up at the vintage store on State Street. Holy shit. Get a load of this. Dude, what a fucking jacket. I mean, it's kind of as fresh as it gets. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here, let me see if I can get y'all a full body view. Let's see. Oh yeah. Look at that shit. You're telling me I'm not the drippiest cat you've ever seen? Like, that is awesome. So I'll show you guys the stickers. I can't remember what it's called. single stitch. All right, let's flip you guys over here. Oh God, gonna have to put you like that. All right, dude, this is a nice fucking jacket. This is vintage. This is some real shit. That leather is crispy. Dude, this thing ain't even broke in yet. Like brand new. Whoever bought it did not wear it. This is where I went for it. Single stitch. They have stickers by the door. When you purchase something, you can take a little sticker. Grateful Dead sticker. State Street. So obviously that last clip was not the end of this video. This will be also maybe not the end of this video. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. But tonight's been a great night. I mean, I ate some good food, drank some good beer. You know, everybody I came across was good people. Everybody was friendly. Everybody was decent. And, you know, I haven't been putting myself out there too much. I haven't been trying to talk to people that much, but I think that's good. You know, part of tonight is really just learning how to be happy by myself out in this world. And I'm doing that. You know, I'm starting to learn how to not have to pull out my phone when I'm sitting at the restaurant by myself. Starting to learn how to just kind of relax and not feel so awkward just being alone, being by myself. And that's some amazing shit. Every time I look in the frame, I keep seeing how drippy I look in this jacket, dude. I can't get over it. But besides that, guys, we're gonna try to find something else to do for a little while, kill some time before the rave starts. Yes, we're going to a rave tonight. They've got a 2016s themed rave, so it's going to be all the 2016 bangers all remixed. Apparently the vibe is dressing 2016 style. I don't know if this fits, but this is what I'm wearing. So yeah, we're going to leave that there. I don't got much more to say to you guys. I'm going to go walk around dripping in this jacket and try to find somewhere else to hole up for a little while until that rave gets going, because it's going to be a little while. I foresee tonight being a pretty late night, but that's good. I didn't want to sit at home anyways, so yeah, I'll check in with you all a little bit later. Alright, y'all, we are standing outside of Liquid and the Ruby, one of the local rave clubs around here. We are waiting to get in. It's about 8:50 right now. They open doors at about 9 o'clock, so we'll see what that entails for us.